Someone came up to me on the street in New York the other day and said, "Are you John Stossel?" "Yes." "I hope you die soon." There is this hatred of commerce, of anyone who says something good about free markets and says we don't need all this government regulation. I'm not sure what it's about, but it's helped build a fear of the very freedom and technology that's made our lives better. And let me close with this thought experiment that I think will work even with a smart group of economists like you. Let's say you're the regulators. Clearly we have to have some regulation. We don't want a free market of nuclear weapons, for example. Let's say I'm a greedy businessman. You're the regulators. I have a new product I want to introduce. Given what's going on in the Middle East, let's say it's a new fuel. It'll be no cheaper than oil, but it'll reduce our dependence on OPEC. So that'll be good, right? Trouble is, my new fuel, unlike oil, which is flammable, let's say my new fuel is highly flammable. Let's say it's explosive. And invisible and odorless and deadly poisonous. I want to pump it into your house. Now, do you want this? Let me do an ambush interview here and ask you. You want this new fuel?
No.
What if I would promise you it would only kill 20 Americans a year? And you don't get to pick them, but... What kind of stove do you have?
Electric?
Shucks. I was hoping she would say gas stove. Half the country has gas stoves. And the fuel I'm talking about is gas. Natural gas. Invisible, odorless, deadly poisonous, highly explosive. And it doesn't kill 20 Americans a year. It kills 400 Americans a year. But we accept it because it's old. We got it before we got wimpy. We accept coal, which is nasty, horrible stuff, kills lots of people, but we're terrified of nuclear power, which may be which may be safer. But it's scary, mysterious. How about something less useful than natural gas? I want to introduce a toy, a recreational device. We don't need it, but we'll have fun with it. Trouble is, it'll kill 800 Americans a year. Mostly little children who will die with brain damage, slowly, especially expensively, in their parents' care. Anybody want to know what I'm talking about here and take a shot? Bicycles, great guess. They also kill 800 Americans a year, but bicycles are more than a toy. They're transportation, and they don't cause this slow death by brain damage. It's no fun to get it that quickly. Swimming pool. Think about it. Would they be approved today if we tried to introduce them? I don't think so. Would the government allow it? I want to put big tanks of water in people's backyards. They'll kill 800 of us. Maybe the government would allow armed government guards around every pool or laser wire fences. Would that be allowed? Would cars be approved today? I don't think so. I have a new form of transport. It'll pollute, but differently from the old form. More air pollution, but less solid waste. That'll be a good trade-off. We'll do less shoveling after horses. The trouble is, it'll weigh a ton, and people will drive it at 50 miles per hour, inches from pedestrians. No way it would be approved. And we're going to let 16-year-olds drive it. My point is that why do we meekly sit by in a free country and let government make these decisions for us? What happened to us? Some people want to take more risks. Some people want to go skydiving or some people do it for money. They'll go to Iraq to put out oil well fires. And we will learn, we do learn from this experimentation, from allowing people to be free and take risks. Something is clearly off in the public debate today because all you hear from the media are the scare stories. And it's true. We, in the past 50 years, have been exposed to things humans have never been exposed to before. Food additives, invisible radiation, mysterious chemicals. But what's the result? We're living longer than ever. With all these risks, where are the bodies? We forget, our sense of history is so bad that at the turn of the last century, most people my age were already dead. Lifespans have increased 30 years because of the very technology the elites now abhor. I would argue that America's heroes are not Ralph Nader and the army of busybodies in Sacramento and Washington who want to run your life. America's heroes are free people who, in your daily life, do something for charity or teach a kid or pursue profit and make a product a penny cheaper or work a second faster or work a little better. You make America richer. You are saving the lives, not them. And I thank you for fighting for liberty. Let's fight for the liberty that allows people to do that. Thank you very much. Thank you. Let's do questions or comments or suggestions. If I can ask, can we turn the big killer light up a little so we can then see who's asking the question, or off if that works? Otherwise, let me take questions from over here and here. Comments? Questions? Yes.
All these problems, what can we do to turn this corner in the direction so we don't have this?
What can we do to turn this around? My best hope is in the classroom media. I was amazed years ago. You have seen some of these videos. ABC spends $500,000 on these specials that try to explain economic freedom. They air them once or twice, and then we're being thrown away, basically. And teachers sometimes would say how much they enjoyed using them in their classrooms if they happened to tape them, that they would get kids to think about things they hadn't thought of before. And a guy named Bob Chittister came to me. He had done the Free to Choose TV series with Milton Friedman that led to the best-selling book, Free to Choose. And he said, why don't we get ABC's permission to market these to classrooms? And I said, sure, great, knowing that he would be eaten alive by ABC's lawyers. And I figured nothing would come of it. But amazingly, 2 years later, he got their permission. And now these videos, some of you have seen them, they are now in more than a third of America's high schools. And if some of you want to help with this project, just go to intheclassroom.org. That's my best hope. Give all your give me a break back on the bestseller list so more people get exposed to these ideas. Give them to all your friends as Father's Day gifts this summer. I don't know what else to do. Thomas Jefferson said it's the natural progress of things for government to gain and liberty to yield. And that's what's been happening.
John, what do you think of affirmative action in education?
I'm only going to call on people who raise their hands, you know? Spontaneous order with certain set limits. So let me just go to people who want to raise their hands. Nobody? Yes.
You commented that the tort system, the legal system, was a free market, and yet it isn't working very well. You made a good case. What would you like to see done?